Alright, this time we're on Submarine LE. So get your boats ready. This time DroneUprisin is spawning in the bottom right hand position, whereas Empress is in the top left. So, last game, Empress went for a pretty quick 3-hatch build. DroneUprisin was able to get some damage done with these adepts and kind of snowball it into a longer game with the help of some really excellent disruptor hits. So we'll see if that sort of thing continues, if it's going to be adepts, if it's going to be a fast 3-hatch. Ooh, is this going to block it? Wow, that's pretty annoying. So forcing the third to be taken over here. Perhaps. Actually just going for a spawning pool first in response to this. So we'll see if this turns into any aggression or what we're going to see. Does take that natural at the third base location. Probe is going to come over here and see what's going on, see that pool first. Of course, you already know because they didn't build that hatch right away. And we're going to need to see a wall here. There it is. So pretty much the same opening from our Protoss player. The build order for Empress got thrown off just a little bit because of the hatch block here. Had to go pool first instead. Very different than the build last game. So far, it's no lings out of it. So I'm not going to be putting on any pressure. Here comes the second gas from our Protoss player. No Nexus just yet. But it's coming. So we got a quick ling speed. Still no lings. It's just been drones so far. We got a queen out here, of course. Second hatch done. And it's going to be one adept and one stalker. This is kind of weird. Usually do two of the same unit. So we'll see what happens after this round of units. Is it going to be even more adepts? Here's to say we got the one adept intent to head across the map. We got the third base being taken at the natural. We got Overlord speed being worked on. Still no lings, which is interesting. Ling speed is almost done. And it is going to be more adepts here. So this single adept is going to walk into the third and could get some damage done here. Yeah, these drones being transferred here are not long for this world. More just coming down. And boy, this adept is feeling good about itself. Walks across the map, gets at least 5 drone kills. Ling's coming out now, but a little late to the party. 7 drones have gone down after all that, and you got to be feeling really good about yourself if you're DroneUprisin right now. But it's not over. Take a look at this. This adept. Little bit of miss micro here, but it's still going to get a couple kills here, increasing the kill count. These lings just, you know, on their union smoke break, I don't know, but 10 drones is the total kill count here for these 2 adepts. And you know, look at this. It's forcing spines. 4 spines are going to be made. Yeah, this is a disaster from Empress because this isn't really an aggressive build. Like, well, I say that, and then 3 more gates go down and at glaives. So, but yeah, you don't want to be making these this early. You really want that money to go into drones because you just lost 10 of them. But now DroneUprisin's got, you know, a comfortable lead here. Worker advantage is moving across the map with adepts. If you make drones, then you're going to die to the adepts. But if you make units, you're going to die because you don't have economy. And yeah, just so much damage being done early on, and we'll see if Empress can survive this. Shading into the natural here, next to this roach warren. So 2 drones so far. Losing 1 adept. You really don't want to throw all these away, but you don't have to. Cancels the shade, is just going to go for the throat here. Continue killing drones. And yeah, this is just going from bad to worse for Empress. Originating Glaives is about to finish. Could continue doing damage with these adepts to workers, but that's going to be it for these. They could really get in there and do some more kills, but it was not meant to be. So, let's take stock of the situation here. 11 probe lead for DroneUprisin. Now, the only saving grace is there are a lot of roaches out. So Empress could do a push here and get some damage done, but I mean, you know, with this second Robo on the way and Immortals coming out, it's hard to imagine. But we'll see. Miracles can happen. We're now up to a 17 worker lead for DroneUprisin, so these 10 drones are not going to do much except for equalize a deficit. These ballsy adepts here. Gonna walk straight into the natural. Psych! Well, they might finish the shade in the main here. Nothing is chasing them. Well, drone's being pulled straight into them, but they're going for the queen. They smell blood. So here come the roaches. Now there are, you know, this double spine here is really going to work to the favor of Empress as far as cleaning up these adepts quick. But again, they've already done their work. You know, none of this damage even needs to be done. But 7 additional drones killed. We have an 18 worker lead for DroneUprisin, and bad to worse to even worse to, oh god, to, we got charge on the way, we got disruptors coming out, we got more gates being added on. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, what do we have here? I mean, we got a lair. There's no drones in the main. We got a Baneling nest on the way. It's like, you know, we're working with a pretty low-tech army on a low drone count, and it's very sad. The question is when. Oh, look at this. The 4-ling counterattack. So Scout's the 3rd, but Empress is not really in a position to, like, do anything about it. Nor is she in a position to really take a 4th. I guess you kind of have to, but... You know, it's... Oh, look at this. A macro hatch instead. Huh. That's interesting. I guess your larva constrained? I don't know. Anyway, here comes that big push from DroneUprisin, and this is this might end the game, depending on how these disruptors do. But there's 2 disruptors here, an immortal, a good amount of zealot stalker. I think it's just gonna punch through this Zerg army here. There's not much to defend. So here it comes, trying to set up a surround. Charge is seconds away from finishing. Here comes the big attack. Disruptors being shot off, killing some Roach Ravager. Baneling's really connecting with a lot of this stuff, but there is going to be a recall, which isn't really going to save much, if anything. Did anything get out of that alive? I don't think so. So there is going to be a little bit of an opportunity for a counterattack, but you know, the Colossus is out here, there's Zealots, there's a bunch of Stalkers. You know, this is really... And then look at this, you can't hemorrhage Lings like this. You're already so far behind. So, you know, here comes a big push. Baneling's speed is done now, but this just doesn't kill what the Protoss has, you know? Some really good Baneling connections kill a lot of probes, but DroneUprisin is still left with a 6-worker advantage. They're still on even base counts, which is really bad for the Zerg. +1 melee attacks finishing just as this fight ends. And yeah, things just continue getting worse for Empress. Not in a good spot right now. So we're going to have a regrouping here for DroneUprisin, just getting all these gateway units together. Here comes a single Colossus. We got one more Disruptor on the way. +1 being chroned out. But there's just nothing to defend this. These 2 Roaches and 2 Ravagers are not quite going to do it. And that's going to be it. DroneUprisin is going to take this series 2-0. Showing some pretty good games here. Very, very comfortably winning both, I'd say. There's a drone pull here, but what are you really expecting out of this? Especially with a couple of Zealots in the mix. More reinforcement Zealots pouring through. And there's not much else to say here. 30 drones going down. Luca D supply. Luca D units lost tab. You know, this is about it. GG. Well played by both players. Congratulations to DroneUprisin.